can Vega deal with it? I mean, they've picked up this Timbersaw 4 pick that you yourself already started to question a little bit. I mean, what is the plan with that Timber now that you've seen the full draft? Did you see why it makes sense for Vega?
I guess they wanted to do this, exactly what we're getting to see now. It's, you know, we get to see it afterwards, but the Timbersaw Warlock, they're going for like the dual pressure. I know Lycan doesn't like having that like hero in his face, but it's versus a Shadow Shaman, who is probably one of the best versus Timbersaw in the laning phase because you have high right-click damage potential early on, your Ether Shock is high magical burst, and you have a incredibly long, sustainable lockdown for him in that phase. So I think it'll be a little bit tough for them to pressure him in that aspect, but then they do get Afterlife in that 1v1 matchup. So we'll see if Liquid's able to have him. I really like that Liquid is sticking with their guns. You know, this is like, I look at that last draft and I'm like, I don't really think anyone else would really draft exactly those heroes except for Liquid.
Yeah, not so. Definitely a Liquid lineup. And that's what could make it scary for Vega. Let's see how well the squadron can perform here. Already, look at this. Liquid ready to go across and look for some first blood action potentially. GH gets the sharp block out, and G, that's a man that can't get his way out of it. He's not even going to bother skilling anything up here as he accepts his fate. And Liquid find themselves first blood, grab the rune. Both the bounties and the first blood gold going to Matimba. Great way to start.
Yeah, that is definitely the best way. Very nice shards coming out. Good way to... Who got the last hit? It was Matsu, right? Okay,
yeah, Matimba. Got it all.
We'll see what item heals he likes to go for. He used to go for the Midas build, but this game it looks like he's just going to go for Calling Blade Treads Rush.
Yeah, it's as we've seen already, multitude of different ways to build the Lycan at the moment of this current patch. So we'll see if we're going to see some Armlet, Mask of Madness action. We'll see if we kind of, as you mentioned, the Midas, Desolators, as such. Mid lane, Miracle. Potentially a bit of trouble here. He's going to be charged, but already popping the south. That will put Shaman the Slayer off diving the tier 1.
I think G actually revealed that. Yeah, actually Miracle won't know that, but he was charged as well. But it looked like he did reveal his mid ward, but Miracle's not 100% sure of that one just yet because of the Spirit Breaker coming in as well. So they're doing some aggro tri-lane pressure versus the Tusk Lycan Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman's not nearly as weak as he once was. Getting the shackles on Aloha again.
So they've got enough damage, and they have. He's going to be taken down. Shaman the Slayer turns up. He's got to back off. I mean, already Liquid picking up 2 kills. And both of them happening in the presence of the big bad wolf on the top lane. This is a very strong opening already from Liquid. Mid lane.
The last hit on that one this time, so this time it was GH. So now he's got his boots finished up with his own Venom, so this lane is going to become even more difficult, in my opinion, for Vega Squadron. We do see the Spirit Breaker charging out toward Miracle. Miracle's in a lot of trouble, though.
Yeah, he's gone.
Dead.
He is absolutely dead there. Refraction's still unavailable for a couple of seconds. Vega finding the opening to punish. Big news there for Lina. G is going to be very happy with knocking that TA out of the lane for a little bit. Shaman will be there to pick up some experience and a bit of gold. Bottom lane matchup, what are we seeing at the moment between the DS and the Legion? So at the moment, 9-0 against the 14-0. So Mind Control is having the favorable time at the moment in this lane.
Has to be expected as a Darkseer. I think Afterlife's still doing a pretty good job, but Mind Control is going to maximize a little bit more. Just doing those constant pulls. But the big camp is actually blocked by Sentry Ward, so it's only going to spawn once. So he's not going to be able to do too much of that. Stacking in Ion Shell top lane. Silent.
Top lane again. This is becoming a bit of a big issue if they're bringing him down, and they certainly will. The burst is more than enough. Fatal Bonds was laid down in time, and Loa Dance. See if he can do something in return. But he just has to be careful. I mean, they're punching pretty hard into him. The Timber Chain away. The shards will trap him. Looks like it's only GH, though, that's trying to commit for the kill. As the rest aren't going to go in. He's actually going to pop the Mango, go for the Snowball in. And that's actually going to cost GH his life. Playing a little too over-aggressive, and they will punish.
I like that Sayoma kind of recognized, though. He's like, all right, there's no way we can... If we're just tri-lane top, we don't really do anything versus the Lycan, actually. We have no way of stopping the Rasta Shackles in the back.
And look at this mid. Miracle.
So he's pressuring mid.
He's going to get it cut off here. The lineup will catch the light strike, but immediate reaction from Liquid this time around, knowing they cannot let this abuse happen to Miracle. They have to send in reinforcements.
He's still dominating the CS board, though. 20-5 to the 9-0 Lina. And now GH set up around the mid lane. They're recognizing that even though Lycan CS is getting hindered a bit, it's quite alright. He's able to get the levels. And picking themselves up a couple kills is very nice.
Yeah, bottom lane Afterlife has got to be careful. He's out of regen. And no points in press the attack yet. So it has to be very careful about this pressure that Mind Control is applying with the Iron Shells. As not the sustain there, apart from the passive procs, to really keep him around. So playing very much on the edge of his life here. Still getting that CS though. 20 picked up, as you mentioned, still finding good farm. It's just a little bit risky. For him, top lane. Movement comes in. They'll dive deep on Matumba. The rotations were being made by Liquid, and that leaves the top lane open to abuse. Vega Squadron realizing the windows there immediately. Afterlife did get the salve out to him. Managed to get a care package delivered. So we'll be fine sticking around the lane.
So their aggro tri lane's actually, it's working okay. Just because Seoma's read, his movements has been very good. But now, as I mentioned that, Aloha might be in some trouble here. They're able to find the grab on him. He does get the level 2 heal.
Nice, it's just a little bit hard for them to go for. They will try, but I don't know if it's going to be enough firepower here from Liquid. They'll try and trap him up, but the burst damage he shoots with the Fatal Bonds, Fatal Bonds whirling death at this point of the game, it just destroys this tri lane. They cannot group up like that. Because for a start, they're not going to get the kill. And in fact, they're going to fall very low. That Shadow Word and the Fatal Bonds bringing GH down incredibly low here. They're still trying to play around, but the charge across comes through from Shoma the Slayer. And I think Liquid, they may just end up losing all 3 here. They're so damn low. They continue to mount up, but GH finally falls. Silent tries to turn, but it gets taken down. Liquid, I can't believe they actually got away with that there. The 3 of them just dancing around on what seems like minimal HP. It looks like finally they will be punished. A Dragon Slave from G comes through from the river to bring down KuroKy.
That damage from the Fatal Bond combo.
A Warlock Timbersaw it's absolutely deadly. When you're grouping up like 3 like that in the tree line, the burst potential is huge.
He has even had the level 2 Whirling Death, so the 150 pure damage on 3 heroes with the Fatal Bonds on top was pretty absurd how much it really did.
A lot of action so far here in these first 6 minutes. 5 for 5. Certainly, strengths being shown either way. The mid lane, of course, Miracle having the better time. Up on the top, Matumba Man's farm, as we've seen, been slowing down a little bit, but they are getting kills in return for each other. Matumba Man, he's 2-on-3 at the moment in this laning stage, up against aggressive tri-lane, so he's going to be happy with that. They may have killed his supports, but they've only killed him the once. We'll see if that actually may change though, as Lower Dance getting aggressive. You've also got a Spirit Breaker eyeing up a potential to charge in.
Bottom lane, the double Ion Shell, level 7 on Mind Control. They're putting some pressure onto Afterlife here. Silent is there in response.
And they'll trap the Warlock up here in the shard. Silent trying to make his way around. He's not going to be able to. Liquid get the kill. Mind Control, 50 CS, 7 minutes in. Just casual darks it. He is having a brilliant time down here. He's going to be hitting the good iron timings as well. Something, as you mentioned in the draft, is going to be really crucial for getting Liquid's push together. If he can get that mech and search online in great time, they can start putting on the pressure before Vega is prepared.
Yeah, he's just going to enable the Lycan in the TA so much more. And the fact that he's going to be this farmed is going to put a lot of pressure onto Vega, and then it opens up the map a lot for Miracle and for Matumba. And Matu's actually farming the enemy woods. It's actually pretty funny. He doesn't want to be playing versus that Timbersaw anymore.
It seems a little risky. I guess they have got the Dire himself ward out by the tower, so he knows that the area is clean.
Yeah, and this is also something that people used to do a lot, is when you play the Lycan with the Shadow Shaman, you want to leave the lane really early so that you can give your Shadow Shaman a pretty early level 6 to be able to pressure those towers.
Smoke up.
Coming out.
It was spotted out underneath the ward. G knows it's there, and straight away goes with the burst onto GH. He's going to get himself a freebie. Mind Control just had to surge and run the hell out of there. Afterlife would have liked to try and close the gap with the Jewel. It's not going to be available. Mid lane, ready to make a go. You're going to see the rotation from Matumba Man coming in from that side jungle as Miracle closes in onto Shoma the Slayer with a trap slow. Liquid take a kill in return. And we'll see if Liquid are aware that ward indeed was there that spotted out their smoke.
Top lane, Silent, getting gone on by KuroKy and GH. He's got a good amount of healing, though, and some stick charges.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the 2 of them can get this. He's going to be able to walk it out, and in fact, they're thinking about turning. Straight in with the charge onto the Shaman, Fatal Bonds as well, bringing him down low. The bashes from Shoma. Probably needs one more to seal the deal. Is he going to get it? We'll turn back towards the task now. The turnaround's there. KuroKy going with the shackles. Oh, there we go. Smashes the Shaman in the face, brings him down. Silent gets away, and in comes Afterlife to pick up the duel win. Double kill for Shoma the Slayer. Again, this game, it's a lot of action going on. Back and forward, bottom lane. A lower dance falling low. Is it a bit of a man fight between himself and Mind Control? Both will live to see another day.
Yeah, the damage combination between Shadow Shaman and Tusk is not very high, especially versus like these very tanky heroes now. Like Warlock with the new strength gain, he gets fairly tanky fairly early. Spirit Breaker, naturally very built-in tanky. Kuroki in some trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble again. They are not afraid of diving this tower. He needs a bash. Give it a bash. Oh, there we go. Bash to the backside from the Shaman. Crushing in the Shaman's skull. And that puts some pressure on the tower as well.
Heavily pressuring the safe lane. However, the other two lanes of Liquid are doing pretty well, and you know, Matu is still farming quite well. Like he's in the jungle, he's just doing his own thing, going for that Vlad's quick build so they can go for that quick early Roshan potential. But yeah, I mean, this Timbersaw and Afterlife are definitely farming pretty well.
Yeah. And as you said as well, in terms of quick Roshan potential, also Miracle going for the Deso first rather than the Blink Dagger. So prioritizing the damage, and there's certainly other routes of initiation. They have the Tusk to get him in close and personal. So just having the damage is all that's really required from Miracle at this stage with his first item pickup.
Yeah, he probably feels that he's farming super well in comparison to the Lina. But G's still holding his own because he's got 3 kills, being able to rotate around and get those nice little pickups. Another smoke coming out from Liquid. Do they have 6 on the Shadow Shaman? They don't just yet.
So they can get a good Hex and a Shackle into Matuma Man's ult. Should buy time for the Wolves to get a few crits in and take down a kill. They'd love to find G. G at the moment, of course, playing it safe, cleaning up the camps, and does have the backup of Shoma the Slayer. So if they could decide to go, there's definitely going to be turnaround potential. Shoma will be spotted out. They're going to pop the ult here. Liquid, they want to dive deep. Matuma Man tries to run forward, but a drive-by charge comes in. The Golem's drop connects onto 3. It's a good faithful bonds as well. Liquid have to be careful how they choose to commit about this one. And Matuma Man indeed already starts to tuck his tail and run away. Kuroki will be chased down as Afterlife is looking for the jewel. They've got the trap slow to hold them back, and indeed they will make sure that Afterlife can't get in close enough. GH walks forward with the snowball. He is playing with fire here on the front lines. The Chakram won't connect from Aloha Dance, so he will live.
No, he won't.
Oh, he won't. He just goes up to the high ground there with a quick timber chain, takes the kill.
Yep.
And Liquid very awkwardly trying to force that fight, and it is coming back to hurt them. The Hex will hold back Shoma. Shackle to set up, but look at this wrap around here. Afterlife, he's just walked right back around behind the tier 1, strolls in for a cheeky duel, and they're not done yet, Empire. They'll turn towards Miracle. G, he's going to go for the pause. He is dead and out.
Mind Control's there this time.
I mean, what have we got here? So we've got 3 members of Vega. 3 members of Liquid in the vicinity. Tusk is still right back up at the tier 3s. Who's going to come out on top? Well, Miracle, what's the refraction like? Is he going to have refraction again? He's not. So Miracle should be dead. He's got meld? He's got meld? He can meld.
He could use it.
There's no AoE as such. Oh, they've got a sentry on silence. So Miracle surely is dead. A lower dance, a little low. Lower dance got stick charges. He has not. He's just used his 1 charges. I'll see how this pans out. No stacks of reactive armor on him as such. Oh, the boo. The pause onto the pause. So I think Miracle should die. Silent might get run down by Mind Control. We'll see. Miracle goes for the mount. There's the Chakram AoE. Takes him down. But Matuma Man indeed did pick up a second. Timbersaw to fall. Matuma Man now surged up, chasing towards Silent with the Wolf as well on him. Afterlife's going to try and come in, help out. Silent running away with the Shadow Word, but again another surge allows Matuma Man to finish up the deal. Shoma the Slayer now back for the action. Charges forward onto the Wolf, but Matuma Man's not done. He's found a triple A. This could get messy. He could find more here. Afterlife with the overwhelming odds nuke though brings down Mind Control. Matuma Man takes another strike to the face. He needs to bash Shoma the Slayer. Will he quite get it? It doesn't matter. Dragon's Slave from G finishes off the job as they set the dog on fire. 14 for 11 as things start to stabilize once again. Kuroki, he's going for the casual haste play. What's he going to do with this? Oh my goodness, is he going to find Afterlife? That's going to be hilarious. Oh no!
He's got him.
Oh, is he getting this? Oh, he hasn't quite got enough burst. The survival will be there, and now the turnaround. The quick Hex holds back Shaman. Make sure that the charge doesn't connect onto the Shaman. Overwhelming odds, bringing them down low. Oh, Laguna to the back, but Kuroki, he doesn't even give a damn. The Dragon Slave will finally burn his little yellow head as they look for more. Vega got GH in their grips as well. The jewels back up. Dragon Slave again. G follows through to bring down the Tusk. But Matuma Man, again, the evolution is there. Into the Wolf, chasing down Silent. Stick charges are not going to save you. As Matuma Man comes back in, gets a double kill. This fight, never ending as it seems.
It's 29 kills in 13 minutes. They're just actually running at each other at this point. It's just non-stop battle. It's funny too, because we were talking about how Vega is one of those teams lately that they have not actually been this super aggressive team, but this game, they are literally just going for battle, battle, battle.
Yeah, it's brilliant. 16 to 13, 30 minutes in. Who's coming out on top? Overall, Liquid slightly, but yeah, as you say, it's very much still anyone's game.
One thing to say, Oma's having a very good game on the Spirit Breaker. He's part of 14 of the 16 kills.
Yeah,
he's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Every single time. Like even the charge stun, he interrupted GH trying to get a snowball save there like once or twice. He's just having a lot of impact on this one. And Miracle actually doubles back for the blink dagger onto the TA rather than going for that Deso rush.
Okay.
Able to pressure bottom tower. Kuroki gets his level 6, so he's pushing the Mats Serpent Wards down there. Able to get a tower. That is the one nice thing, is that Liquid's lineup naturally takes buildings after fights. So they win a fight or they even come out even in a fight. If they're able to get onto a tower, they are going to take that one. While you look at Vega's, and their tower pressure and objective taking is pretty doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what your best tower hitter really is what the Lina if she gets this fiery soul stacks up.
Yeah.
And still not necessarily the quickest of siege and push potential. Blink Dagger now finish off on Afterlife. Could be pretty crucial in some of these skirmishes if you can get the quick pick at the start.
Yeah, they've got mech finished up on mind control now too, so for these fights, Liquid is looking a little bit stronger if they don't get hit by a big Warlock Golem. They've got the double Ion Shell coming in.
There we go, there's the jump, looking for a lower touch, but the Jewel's there. Holds back the TA, the Golem will be dropped. Pulling down low, Miracle controlled up by the Nether Strike, but the Vacuum Wall combo comes through. Overwhelming odds, nukes Miracle down low, but Matuma Man chasing after target after target. Takes down the Legion, Shards will trap up the Spirit Breaker. That's going to be a second kill for Liquid. They'll force back Vega Squadron, did commit the Golem for that one. And Liquid still come out on top. Vega unable to finish off any of the kills. Miracle surviving on minimal health there, thanks to the backup of the team. The presence of mind control coming in just in time to save.
Very good usage of their wards there. They have vision pretty much all over the jungle of Vega, and they know that they saw G farming top, and he didn't even have a TP scroll, so right away they go for that play and benefit from it heavily. Even though they get hit by a pretty nicely placed rock, they don't have their big damage or their big team fighter right now for Vega is the Lina, and he was not there, and they already were on top of the Timber Saw. So with those Ion Shelled Wolves, with the Ion Shelled GH and Ion Shelled Matumba Man running in, it's just a bit too much for Vega to deal with, and now he's got the Armlet, he's got the Mask of Madness finished on the Lycan.
Going for the, but seems to be definitely the favourable build at the moment. And that is a Timber Saw coming quite close to danger. We're seeing a Templar turnaround, showing with the Slayer, comes in with the charge, jump forward from Afterlife, but the Vacuum grabs the both of them. They've already lost the cow, and now the Timberman is going to go down as well. A Miracle picks up the second there with the help of Kuroki, getting the final kill secure, of course. Got to get their money on the Shaman. Miracle surge forward, looking for more, jumps forward, diving towers now, chasing Afterlife, but the press of the attack will heal them up. Miracle turns towards potentially the easier target, the Shards will be there. Silent not going to get away, the Mail Strike follows through. Too much burst for him to take, and on the back lines, yeah, G getting trapped in the Shaman wards. Kuroki bringing the brutality to the game. No mercy.
Very good vision game coming out of Liquid, like using their wards to their maximum, using the TA traps, the wolves as well. They just have so many different ways to gain vision of where Vega is going to be team fighting, so every single time they're able to take the fights on their own accord.
And a 16-minute Greaves on mind control isn't going to make life any easier for Vega Squadron in these fights. That is going to be pretty huge against the way that Vega are trying to play against Liquid. Miracle. Eyes on the Timber. It's a hard catch. They are going to try and commit for it. He's got the hood. That ain't going to help you, of course, against the physical damage. Your active armor stacks is going to be enough. Show me the Slayer. Charges through. Miracle will jump forward, trying to chase down for the kill. The Hex and the Shackle to hold by the Space Cow. Miracle is going to get punished. The Jewel will be won. Afterlife picks up the bonus damage. Miracle will be back for round 2 here with the Aegis. Mind Control does end up finishing off the Spirit Breaker. They're thinking about diving. Vacuum back onto Silent. Double kill for Mind Control. They're not done yet. Liquid, here comes the big white ball of doom as they close in onto G. Third kill for Liquid. Now Loa does stunned up in the wall. 4th kill. Liquid with their unrelenting fighting potential. Just no holds barred as they pick up 4 kills. Afterlife, he's playing with fire here. Again, the gap closed from GH secures the 5th. an effective team wipe from Liquid, a tier 2 as well, and it seems like the pace may be getting a little too much for Vega Squadron now.
They're falling so far behind. There's too much sustain. Like this early mech into Guardian Greaves plus the Howl, they just have too many different ways to keep the fight going, and Vega just can't get online in time. They can't use that. The Rock is up now, but it's just way too fast paced for them to really be able to do anything. Liquid's just steamrolling them.
Hey, Nether Striker Courier, give it a bash and a wash. Damn! And that is a lot of money on the ground. That was the Desolator, I believe. That was the two. Oh, I mean, we'll be able to check what it is in a minute, as GH actually being caught out here. So what was on that Courier? It was the two Mithril Hammers. So that is going to be the Deso for Miracle on the sidelines for 3 minutes, thanks to the cow hunting it down.
Small gains, baby steps. But man, look at that net worth. That's in 5 minutes. They swung a 12,000 gold lead.
Those fights.
Just from that sheer aggression and potential of just being able to run at people with the Ion Shell, with just all these small different things that they have. It's very impressive coming out from Liquid. Vega also just kind of like, I think they're not prepared for this. Like they have they have like one ward down, but just the vision game from Liquid is letting them just take the pace of these fights so much faster.
Bloodstone complete for G. Afterlife again for the chance to find a duel. As we can see, the 3 cores of Liquid taking the lead. And in terms of farm potential, it's going to be a lot quicker for them as well. They are going to be able to keep this lead. Vega's best hope of taking over again has to be on these the reliance of taking a successful team fight.
I'm pretty curious about the hood pickup from Aloha.
I mean, as you mentioned, the magical burst, even from the supports, isn't that scary. I mean, the other shock, sure, but it really is the Lycan and the TA running at you with their incredible physical that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if any item would have really helped to the situation that they're in, but I just feel like it's a little bit out of place versus what Liquid has.
Maybe even a casual plate map. We used to see like some Timbers do that, didn't we? Yeah,
just some kind of armor thing, like even like a medallion, even maybe something into Solar Crest on Timber Saw versus this lineup. It seems pretty good to me.
There we go.
Either way, he's going to be getting close to that Bloodstone, and yeah, they kind of just got ran at a lot, so it was just like, he was probably just like on the fly, like, oh, what do I get? Like, we're just getting completely decimated by this.
So what Vega can do here with the smoke up and wrap around behind the tier 1.
They get spotted though.
Yeah, Miracle and Mind Control aware that something fishy's going on here. They're going to find the wraparound. G on the front looking for the Light Strike Array. He's not going to land it now, could be in trouble himself. The trap slows will be there. Miracle still trying to play around the inevitable stuns. Now comes in with the mount. It blinks away to duke out the Light Strike, and there's the follow through Ice Shards. They'll get the block off. Golem has been dropped, coming in for the full commitment, but Shoma, he's already been bursted here. The Greaves popped by Mind Control, putting Liquid back pretty much to full health after Golem's been dropped. G sacrifices himself in the Roach Pit with the Bloodstone deny, and Miracle and GH cleaning up more. 4, 5 dead on the ground for Vega Squadron yet again. And it really just seems it's turned into this game that's just constant 5 versus 5. But Vega Squadron with not the same tools that Liquid have to deal with this sort of just group up and go. It just seems impossible for Vega Squadron to come out on top of a full 5-on-5 man fight.
Yeah, they just had they had so many traps there to just take the fight, and oh my goodness, another vacuum coming out.
Here. They do have the Shrine heal, but G taking a Walrus punch right between the legs as they are falling left, right, and center yet again. Liquid just cleaning up 30 to 17, 22 minutes in, coming up to a 20k gold lead as they clean up the top set of racks, and Miracle just dives in for the glory, jumps forward, and a couple of hits to the old man brings down the Warlock.
They're still a tier 2 up, guys. They're trying to hit the tier 3, but they're like, oh, wait a minute. We can't just yet. Yeah, they're just so farmed, and they're taking the fights.
He will jump in if he wants to. He's going to respect the fact that the Legion's back up. Maybe a little bit worried about being locked down by an inevitable duel. With the Desolator out, Dragon Lance complete, well on the way to picking up the Hurricane Pike. He's having a pretty tasty game, and just, yeah, the difference now between the cores of Liquid and the cores of Vega Squadron is massive, closing in towards a 5k lead on each respective place.
Yep.
It's looking pretty irrecoverable now, this game state for Vega Squadron.
Oh yeah, and GH even with that Blink Dagger. In the one fight that, you know, Vega did get like that big clump up kind of fashion that was happening with the Infernal, he just blinking, snowball saves during the duel, and the fight just gets completely turned around. So they're just executing at a higher level than Vega, and I think Vega's kind of falling into the trap where they can't slow the pace down. Well, they couldn't at the point where they needed to, and yeah, Liquid just has great objective taking and great aggression.
Now this could be pretty much the last gun-ho play from Vega Squadron. They smoked up. They've got to find something positive with this one, but Shoma, he's going to be spotted out. They know that he's there. He holds back on the charge. Looking for Brown. They've got the ward here to give vision as TA drops it down. Looking for G. Blinks away. Miracle dodges the light strike. Vacuum wall again. Catches out two with the combo. Matuma Man making a beeline straight for G. Will take a Laguna Blade to his face, but again, these shards from GH stopping Vega from getting down to the low ground, allowing Miracle to pummel in as he picks up the double kill. Mind control as well. Now unstoppable and silent. Again, will almost certainly be taken down here. The jump force there. They tap out as it's all over. 24 minutes of absolute brutality. 36-17. Definitely the highest kills per minute we've seen yet here in DreamLeague, as both teams want to bring the fun, bring the team fight, bring the aggression. Just happens to be that Liquid were a little bit better at it today.
This looked a lot like the secret long sustainable lockdown for him in that phase, so I think it'll be a little bit tough for them to pressure him in that aspect, but then they do get Afterlife in that 1v1 matchup. So we'll see if Liquid's able to have him. I really like that Liquid is sticking with their guns. You know, this is like, I look at that last draft and I'm like, I don't really think anyone else would really draft exactly those heroes except for Liquid.
Yeah, not so. Definitely a Liquid lineup. And that's what could make it scary for Vega. Let's see how well the Squadron can perform here. Already, look at this. Liquid ready to go across and look for some first blood action potentially. GH gets the sharp block out, and G, that's a man that can't get his way out of it. He's not even going to bother skilling anything up here as he accepts his fate. And Liquid find themselves first blood, grab the rune. Both the bounties and the first blood gold going to Matumba Man. Great way to start.
Yeah, that is definitely the best way. Very nice shards coming out. Good way to... Who got the last hit? Is Matsu, right? Okay,
yeah, Matuma. Got it all.
We'll see what item heals he likes to go for. He used to go for the Midas build, but this game it looks like he's just going to go for Calling Blade Treads Rush.
Yeah, it's as we've seen already, multitude of different ways to build the Lycan at the moment of this current patch. So we'll see if we're going to see some Armlet, Mask of Madness action. We'll see if we kind of, as you mentioned, the Midas, Desolators, as such. Mid lane, Miracle. Potentially a bit of trouble here. He's going to be charged, but already popping this out. That will put Shoma the Slayer off diving the tier 1.
I think G actually revealed that. Yeah, actually Miracle won't know that, but he was charged as well. But it looked like he did reveal his mid ward, but Miracle's not 100% sure of that one just yet because of the Spirit Breaker coming in as well. So they're doing some aggro tri-lane pressure versus the Tusk-Lycan Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman's not nearly as weak as he once was. Getting the shackles on Aloha again.
So they've got enough damage, and they have. He's going to be taken down. Shoma the Slayer turns up. He's got to back off. I mean, already Liquid picking up 2 kills. And both of them happening in the presence of the big bad wolf on the top lane. This is a very strong opening already from Liquid. Can Vega deal with it? I mean, they've picked up this Timbersaw 4 pick that you yourself already started to question a little bit. I mean, what is the plan with that Timber now that you've seen the full draft? Did you see why it makes sense for Vega?
I guess they wanted to do this, exactly what we're getting to see now. It's, you know, we get to see it afterwards, but the Timbersaw Warlock, they're going for like the dual pressure. I know Lycan doesn't like having that like hero in his face, but it's versus a Shadow Shaman, who is probably one of the best versus Timbersaw in the laning phase because you have high right-click damage potential early on, your Ether Shock is high magical burst, and you have a incredibly long